So last week we learned about the match and the team tabs, how to set your lineups and all of that. This week we're going to focus on the player tab and learn how to add players. So first thing you're going to notice, if you go to available, it's going to show you every player that can be picked up based on how many points they are projected to score in week 2. You can change this. You can look at stats that they scored in week 1. It'll show you the highest scores from week 1. You can look at stats for the entire season. It'll show you the highest scores for the entire season. And you can sort by position, right? But if you just go to projections in week 1, this is going to be the default, week 2. This is going to be the default it shows you. It's going to show you the projections for next week of who the players you can pick up. Now, you'll notice last week, when we came on this tab, there was a little plus, and it's been replaced by a W with a Wednesday underneath. That means you can't add this player until Wednesday. If you click on that little W, it's going to pop up an option with a bid amount. And I have $200 to spend. That's for the whole season. So I can spend $200 for the whole season. So if I want Baker Mayfield here, I can spend $1 on him, hit next, and it's going to prompt me to drop one of my players because I can't just add Baker Mayfield. So I'm going to go ahead and say, hey, yeah, let's drop Dallas Goedert. Okay? Let's drop Dallas Goedert and let's add this player. And I'm going to hit next. I'm going to hit confirm. Now you'll notice it didn't add him to my team because I can't add him until Wednesday. But sorry, this is not my team. This is my team. But if I go to my team tab, I pop up in transactions. Here's my waiver claim, right? This is what you're going to want to do every Tuesday because you're going to be able to add players at 3 a.m. every Wednesday morning. That's when waivers clear and open, and you'll be able to add players. So you can go position by position, figure out what you need to add. Hit that W, that yellow W over here on the left, Tyler Higbee. I want to add Tyler Higbee. I want to drop Bryce Young. I want to spend $50, right? So the more you spend, the more likely you are to get a player. Whoever spends the highest, if someone else wants that player and I spent 50 and someone else wanted Tyler Higbee and they spent 20, I would get Tyler Higbee. If they spent 51, they would get Tyler Higbee, right? So I hit confirm. We go back to team. Now I have 2 transactions pending. Now I can run these transactions in whatever order I want, but whatever money you bid as the highest is going to be your highest. So if I go to this little settings wheel and I hit edit FAAB, that's the amount I'm spending. So if I put in 50 for both, now I can change the order of who I want as my highest priority. Okay, so I'm not really wanting either of these players. This is just for example that I'm showing you this. But this is what I mean when I say add and drop, right? And you can just go into your team and say, you know what, Dallas Goedert, he scored me 0 points. I'm just going to drop him. And then it comes up, it says, do you want to drop this player? Yes, I do. I don't right now, so I'm not going to. But that's how you would pre-drop someone and create a roster spot. And if I had an open roster spot, and I went to add waivers, and I put in my bid, $12, and I hit next, then it's not going to tell me I have to drop a player first. It's just going to put in that waiver claim if I have an open roster spot. If I don't have an open roster spot, it's going to make me drop a player because you can't have more than your filled roster spots. This trend tab is something you also want to keep an eye on. This trend tab is going to show you all of the players that are being added in all other leagues around the world. Everyone else who's playing on Sleeper, these are the players that are being the most added. So Puka Nacua, he is the most added player after this weekend, after we saw the plays. You can also go to leaders. This will show you if you go to, this is just showing you week 2 projections of all the players. But if you go to stats and you go to week 1, or if you go to stats and you go to season again, as we get later and later into the season, this is going to show you who are the best players throughout the year and who you can target in trades, but I'll show you guys trades later. For now, I want you guys to set waiver claims. They have to go in on Tuesday. They have to be in for them to count before 3 a.m. on Wednesday. If they're not in by 3 a.m., they won't count, and you won't get the chance, you won't get the first crack at these guys who are on the waiver wire. So get your waiver claims in today, Tuesday. It's the only day you can do it. So Tuesday's a big day every week. Pay attention on Tuesdays every week. You're going to be wanting to add players almost every week on waivers. So pay attention to that. I've sent a bunch of you messages letting you know what your roster needs for this week. So just try to keep up with that. Do your best. Don't spend all of your $200 at once. This is your money for the whole season. So ration it out, all right? All right. See you on the field.